We on the block now. Shout out Miss Jackie. I made it happen, made her happy, couldn't imagine. I'm on the south side, like Curtis Jackson. Feel like a casting, people be acting, wanna be rapping.
So yeah, that's the sound you guys are gonna get. Once you mix the vocals, you cut them up real nice, it's gonna sound beautiful. It's gonna sound amazing like that. What's up, guys? It's Virtual Beats coming at you live once again from the simulation. And in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you how to get the Pierre vocal effect in FL Studio. So I know what you guys are gonna be saying, Virtual, where you been at? You've been gone for a minute. Recently got sick. I wasn't able to record as much as I wanted to. I mean, you can still hear a little bit of it in my voice. I'm getting better, thanks to everybody that sent, get well wishes and whatnot. I'm gonna start posting more consistently on this channel now that I'm starting to feel a little better. But if you weren't aware of it, I've been going live on this channel. Instead of posting videos and editing, I've just been going live, either playing games, mixing, or making beats live. So if that's something you want to check out, you want to join, subscribe, turn post notifications on so you don't miss a video and you don't miss a live stream I do. So yeah, if you're not familiar with the Pierre cover I did, the pop-out cover, I did a video to it right here. This is the video. I'll link it above and in the description so you can check it out. But I had a lot of fun with that. And, I had some people ask me, how did you get that effect? How did you get that effect? I showed it on stream, but I want to just break it down in here and really show everybody that wants to, have the same effect going on. So obviously I used Waves plugins for this. These are all Waves plugins. If you don't have any of these, I have videos on the channel where you can get, a Pierre effect with stock plugins. So if you want to check that out, I'll link up 2 videos. Here's the first one up here. This is how to get the Pierre mix with stock plugins. So if you're watching this and you want the same Pierre sound, but you only got stock plugins, go watch that video. But if you want just a stock mix in general, then I'll put another video up here. Boom, right up there. That video right there, stock plugins, any sound you want. All right, so these are my vocal chains. I'll go ahead and break down the vocal chain right now. Let me just play a little bit of the song so you can go ahead and get an idea of what the mix is gonna sound like.
Talking about 80 racks, boy, that ain't shit. Put my city on my back like I'm Miggity Mac. Why they crisscross on me? She won't taste the flavor cause the sauce on me. Baby giving me mental when she on her menstrual. Stacking paper, got info. Pull up in the benzo. Smoking out the rental. Wanna pop out, wanna pop out, wanna pop out. She wanna pop out, I wanna pop out. She wanna pop out, I wanna pop out. She wanna pop out.
All right, so yeah, that's what it's gonna be sounding like once we're done with this. First thing I do with the vocals, on every vocals chain I do, is I add noise suppression. What this does is it removes all of the air that you have in the room.
Talking about 80 racks, boy, that ain't shit. Put my city on my back like I'm Miggity Mac.
So you can see there's a little, not a lot, but a little bit of air. Right now I did these little cuts, and a lot of you guys are probably wondering how you got, how'd you get that line? How'd you get that line when you cut? If you double click it and you see this option, declicking mode, you can click this and it'll have the output only, no bleeding. That's a default, but you can move it to smooth and you can have these little lines so that way, it fades in and it just doesn't cut. So what I like to do is I like to get the little, slice tool right here, cut across right here and cut all the air that I don't need, anything that's not necessary. I like to do that, but I'm not gonna do it right now for the sake of the video because it's already done. So once you get the NS1 on there and auto tune, then I like to EQ out the frequency. So I EQ a lot of the lows out with the SSL. If you don't know how the SSL works, I have videos on the channel where I EQ, with stock plugins. Like I said, I'll put it all in the description. But I EQ the lows out, boost a little bit of the high frequencies, and still cut a little bit lows out too, and boosted the highs, and that made it go from sounding like this.
Talking about 80 racks, boy, that ain't shit.
To
talking about 80 racks, boy, that ain't shit.
Then I have a second EQ right here. This EQ does a deeper cut, and it cuts out the harsh frequencies. So this is without.
Talking about 80 racks, boy, that ain't shit.
And then this is with.
Talking about 80 racks, boy, that ain't shit.
Then after that, I like to add a de-esser. This is my DS settings if you guys want to copy them. I personally like Dave Pensado's Hook DS. the preset, you go click here, De Pensado, and right here you have these options. These are all good. I usually do hook DS or lead 1 and 2. I usually just mess around with these, but hook DS is usually my go-to, and then I just adjust it. Always keep it like this though. You see how you can click this? Always keep this shape right here. I like to have this on by default just to boost up my vocals. I usually keep it at 15, 6, 3, 14. It just depends on how loud the vocals are. But then I add a compressor, CLA2 compressor. Make sure this is flat. Sometimes you could put it a little, lower, but I personally like it flat and the analog off. And the thing about Waves is Waves has analog plugins, and it has an analog function on some of the plugins. What you want to do is you want to always make sure it's off, because if you have it on, I don't know if you can tell, but I'll boost it up right here for the sake of the video. You can hear static. You see that little line right there? That's static. Look if I mute this. I don't know if you see the color change. It's subtle, but you can definitely hear that there's static. Then I play the beat. So while I'm mixing this, I don't play the beat at all. I do not play the beat one bit. I just get it to sound clean and loud. And then the only time I put the beat next to the vocals is once I got the vocals clean, I cut, the breaths, I chop it up like this. Then I'll play the beat, because I know that the vocals are as clean as I can get them. I only play the beat with the vocals when I'm blending the vocals on top of the beat. So I cleaned it up. Now I'm gonna start adding reverb, delay, and other effects that I like to, blend in with the beat. So the beat's playing now.
Talking about 80 racks, boy, that ain't shit. Put my city on my back like I'm making mad.
So I added CLA, added some wideness.
Talking about 80 racks, boy, that ain't shit. Put my city on my back like I'm making mad.
So what this does is I wanted less lower, so I even wanted to go in more. I put in less of the lower tones, boosted up the treble, boosted up the compression, and then right here the wideness, just put it a little bit higher so it can have, more of a presence there. So you can see without it, we'll play it solo.
Talking about 80 racks, boy, that ain't shit.
And then with it,
talking about 80 racks, boy, that ain't shit.
Just more present. Then I went with the reverb. Like you see here, the reverb. These are my reverb settings if you want to copy them, stock plugin. But the thing is, I don't control the reverb here. I use this little knob to control it right here. So we got that right there. So I adjusted it accordingly to the beat. So I did reverb and all of this stuff. I did reverb, CLA, and delay with the beat, and then delay. These are my delay settings if you want to copy them, stock delay.
Talking about 80 racks, boy, that ain't shit. Put my city on my back like I'm making mad. Why they crisscross on me?
And one thing you got to realize too is when you're mixing these vocals, right, you're engineering them. Oh, I keep hitting my mic. But when you keep engineering these vocals, what you want to remember in the back of your head is you're always going to either be turning the knob down or turning the knob up. Turning the knob down or turning the knob up. Whatever you do, you want to make sure your end result is right here around 6. Because 6 is the highest you can get your vocals without clipping. And for the ad-libs, what I did for the ad-libs was, all I did was there's an option to where you right click this, you go to file, you go to save mixer state as, you hold it, and then you drop it right here, boom, and it'll drop like that, a duplicate. All right, so the auto-tune's the same, this is the same, everything's all the same. The only thing different is this EQ right here. So this EQ and this EQ. So you seen where I did the frequency sweeping, right? For that EQ, I was like, I don't need to sweep frequencies because these ad-libs are not main vocals. They don't have to be clean. They're going to be sitting in the background. They're going to be way behind your head. So all I did was I just cut off all the frequencies with this EQ. And if you're not familiar on how to get this, here, let me move this over real quick. Boom. If you're not familiar how to get that setting with your EQ, basically go to presets, 20 hertz, 18 kilohertz cut, and then you can just drag these where you want them to. And what that does is it gets the ad-lib. So let me get the ad-lib soloed real quick. So this is without.
Okay.
And it just muffles it. And then what else I did for the CLA, all I did for this is boosted the wideness. So this is the wideness compared. They're both exactly the same. The only thing I did different was boost the wideness. So the wideness is right here is 4.6, negative 4.6. This is 3.7. I just boosted the wideness because the background vocals are going to be in the back. So you want them behind the main vocals. And I also put them wide because you want them out there in the atmosphere or, you know, in space, wherever, whatever you want to reference it. But you want them behind the vocals. You want them out there. Reverb, all I did with the reverb is I turned it up more. You can see right here, this is the old one. And then this is the new one. And then I didn't even add delay. I didn't want delay on it. So I don't know why it's here, but let me just delete that. I didn't want delay because it's like you're gonna faintly hear the ad-lib, so there's no point in making it delay like crazy, you know? That's pretty much it. The same thing applied. You know, it was quick and easy, the ad-libs. You just muffle them and they keep the same presence as the main. So with it together.
We on the block now. Shout out Miss Jackie. I made it happen, made her happy, couldn't imagine. I'm on the south side, like Curtis Jackson. Feel like a casting, people be acting, wanna be rapping. I'm like a captain, make her say I wanna be Kanye, but they really sigh. She sending mixed signals, connecting like Wi-Fi. She be delivery, she wanna stop by. Baby giving me mental when she on her menstrual, stacking paper guy.
So yeah, that's the sound you guys are gonna get. Once you mix the vocals, you cut them up real nice, it's gonna sound beautiful. It's gonna sound amazing like that. That's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any questions, any videos you guys want to see me cover in the future, go ahead and drop them down below in the comments. I'll check them out. My name is Virtual Beats. I hope you're having a good night or day, and I'm signing out the simulation.